Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for a master class in how to spin a narrative so tight it could double as a North Korean elevator cable, except, of course, those don't work half the time. Today, we're dissecting the latest hit piece on North Korea, a veritable symphony of selective outrage and gleeful hypocrisy. Let's dive in, shall we? First, we have the grand unveiling of Pyongyang's newest high-rise neighborhood, Hwasong, a glittering testament to Kim Jong-un's vision of urban utopia. The state media, ever the cheerleaders, gushes about the beautiful and modern urban quarter that signifies a new era of prosperity. And why not? If you're going to build a Potemkin village, you might as well make it Instagram-worthy. But wait, the article can't resist a little shade, reminding us that these gleaming towers are just a facade. Elevators? Oh, they don't work. Power outages? Absolutely. So, while the skyline sparkles, the reality is a bit more rustic. But hey, at least the older residents get the ground floor because climbing stairs is so last century. Now, let's talk about the real star of this show, the good old Western media, always ready to pounce on any opportunity to paint North Korea as a dystopian nightmare. The article trots out the usual suspects: housing shortages, faltering economy, food insecurity, all while conveniently ignoring the fact that every country on earth has its share of problems. But in North Korea, these issues are somehow more scandalous, more deserving of our collective gasp. The article even throws in a little nugget about how housing is assigned based on loyalty to the Kim family. Shocking, right? As if every government in history hasn't played favorites with its citizens. And then there's the cherry on top, the construction workers. The article casually mentions that these grand projects rely on soldiers and civilian laborers working under harsh conditions with little pay. Oh, the humanity! But let's not forget that every major construction project in history, from the pyramids to the Burj Khalifa, has been built on the backs of underpaid laborers. But in North Korea, it's somehow more sinister. The article even throws in a little tidbit about a building collapse in 2014, attributed to sloppy building and irresponsible supervision, because, of course, no other country has ever had a building collapse due to shoddy construction. But the real kicker is the timing of this article. Just as North Korea is slowly emerging from its pandemic isolation, the Western media is ready with its magnifying glass, eager to find every crack in the facade. The article even mentions that Pyongyang has been largely closed off to visitors, as if that's some grand conspiracy rather than a perfectly reasonable response to a global pandemic. And let's not forget the little dig about how only a small number of Russian tourists were allowed in because, of course, the fact that North Korea is selective about who it lets in is somehow more nefarious than, say, the United States' own visa policies. In the end, this article is a masterclass in how to spin a narrative. It takes a few isolated facts, throws in a healthy dose of moral outrage, and voila, you've got yourself a hit piece. But let's not forget that every country has its problems and every government has its flaws. The difference is that some governments get a free pass, while others are held up to an impossible standard. And that, my friends, is the real story here.